Hi, coming up is going to be a brief statement on why I do what I do. And if you haven't already, I would like for you to pick up the book, The Effective Use of Spiritual Tools. And this is a book that helps with overcoming addiction. So if you know someone that is struggling, or if you are struggling, come back, watch the video, and don't forget, pick up the book. Thanks. So, welcome again to the Overcoming Addiction channel by Sandy R. Mays. And as many of you who have watched these before are aware of, um, I try to share some of my insights on the problems that we have in our society today with addictions, and also give out information on how to cope with the problems of addiction. As coming from someone who is a recovering addict, I think that what I am doing is, in a sense, planting seeds. And that's why I have this statement I want to read today, describing what I do and why I do what I do, which is planting seeds of recovery. And I'm going to read this statement. Here on this channel, I focus on the struggles that are a product of substance abuse and the means and efforts I use to successfully overcome my battles with the demons of addiction. Make no mistake, addiction or abuse of any kind is a demonic possession. By addressing this issue, I consider myself to be planting seeds. As someone who has gone through years of substance abuse and has not only survived but thrived afterwards, it is my responsibility to help others who are struggling and are looking for a way to overcome the demonic possession of substance abuse. Though my dialogue contains the phrase substance when describing abuse, I found that the procedures can apply to all forms of abuse. The planting procedures is what I call this section. Most gardeners are aware of the distinction between outdoor and indoor gardening. Preparation procedures are similar, but the growing process is different. Outdoors, when the soil has been prepped and the seeds have been planted, the gardener aids and assists in the growing process by adding water when there is no rain. They also help by positioning the indoor plants where they can receive sunlight. Indoors, the gardener solely is responsible for the growing process. They not only have to water their plants, but they must also make sure, as I said, the plant is positioned to receive natural sunlight that plant needs. Excuse me. In the context of this story, our creator is the outdoor gardener, and I consider myself to be the indoor gardener because I water the seeds that I plant with my videos and my writings. My responsibility as a recovering addict is to plant seeds of hope and encouragement for someone struggling with addiction. And with these videos and my books, I hope to assist, as a gardener would water a plant, anyone who has a desire to overcome abuse. I don't want to give the notion that the way I overcame my abuse is the only way to do so. The way for me came after asking God to show me a way out. After almost 20 years of abuse. So it was 20 years before I even began to ask for help. And before I even began to ask the Almighty Creator for help. And still, after many replies from Him, it took me approximately 10 years before I decided to listen and obey His instructions. That's a long time. And as I look back, I'm grateful for His grace and mercy because I could have died many times during that period. This was the path I took to recovery. Maybe someone listening to or watching this will find their path. This is why I share my experiences and observations through my first book, The Effective Use of Spiritual Tools, which I have a copy of right here. So you can go out to purchase it, and you can purchase it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and even on Walmart.com. And in my book, The Pressure of Addiction, which is coming out at the end of this year. If the tools I share in the books and through the videos work, please by all means use them. Remember, they are only suggestions. I do not want to do for personal, excuse me, let me go back and say that again. I do not do what I do for personal recognition. I do this to bring attention to some of the struggles our society faces with the problems of abuse. I would take great pleasure in seeing someone recover from their struggles with abuses using the information or seeds I share in my books and in this as well as my other videos. If another struggling individual takes the information I share based upon my struggles and expands upon it for others to receive and benefit from, then I have succeeded in doing my part to help come up with a solution to at least one of the dangers that are out to destroy our society through demonic possessions. The thoughts and information I share come from experience, prayer, and meditation, and are designed to bring attention to a way out. There are a few things I would like to share about Jesus based on my own personal relationship with Him. And one of them is He is the way. When I say He is the way, Jesus came to show us the way. Before He was known as Jesus Christ, He was called the way. So He is the way through any situation. And then He is living water. Living water is, as we who read the Bible understand, uh, the words that He spoke that give life. And if we plant seeds in His name, which is to say in His garden, He will water them Himself. He will water them. And finally, as I've always said, and I say this all the time, and I've been saying this for years, I believe Jesus is the coolest person to have ever walked this earth. Today, I guess there's a saying that says, well, I'm just going to say this saying about Jesus Christ, since I said He was the coolest guy to ever walk this planet. Jesus Christ is that guy. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you tune in next time for another uh, episode of Overcoming Addiction. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share. You can find me for comments on Facebook under my name, Sandy Mays. My email address is here. You can also place comments in the bottom of this video. Also, there's a phone number I'm going to provide. Here it is here that you can call and leave a message. I would love to hear from everyone watching these videos. And as I always say, please share them. If you have anyone who is struggling or know anyone that is struggling with addiction, share these videos and also pick up the book. I will be glad to help anyone and all that I can that are struggling with this problem. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.